Invisible ping pong session, go. Invisible ping pong session, like. Oh, 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 ah. Oh, 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 oh. Invisible ping pong. Invisible ping pong. Invisible ping pong session, let's kick it. Game and point. That one got a little. Invisible ping pong session, let's kick it. Point, set, and game. Whew! Alright, that's it for the stream, guys. I'm out of here. Hey, everybody, somebody threw. Is that Shaker throwing $10? Thank you. I could use $10. Maybe I could buy some better beatboxing with that $10. Oh, wait. There is no better beatboxing. All right. I've got two beverages. First of all, welcome everybody. It's Hank Inferno here. Welcome back to Runehammer. How to play D&D like a big old grown-ass man or woman. And one of the elements of playing D&D like a big old badass, like a big old adult, is my brother sculpted mud from Mud and Horn out of almond paste. Anyways, that's an unrelated item. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. I've got two beverages here on my table. One of the ways that you can play D&D like a big old grown-ass badass, like a big old hand growing out the forehead, is drawing things, right? We've talked about this before, but recently I have been kind of a mind that maybe I could up my drawing game. Maybe I could bring the hammer down harder. Maybe I could do more. Maybe I could go faster. Maybe I could attack. And the thrust of doing this was not necessarily to put more stuff out, which would be one of the obvious benefits, but to just see if it can be done. Basically to explore new frontiers of total insanity and to hang out with you awesome people. So tonight is a huge night. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to burp. I keep forgetting that. Just total brand erosion every time I burp. Okay, I've got two beverages here tonight with me. One is a big glass of Tullamore Dew, but I'm going to drink that second. And I bet you guys know what I'm going to drink first. So I went to go get my once-a-week ritualistic taurine superdose. Taurine is a scientific word for the pee that comes out of a minotaur when he's in battle rage. Thanks, guys. And unfortunately, at the small neighborhood beverage stop where I go, they only had this size. Which is like, I think they had to milk a minotaur to get this much out of it. This is ridiculous. And since I had a hearty dinner, I told myself, you know what I'll do? I'll drink this big can of poison, and then I'm going to draw until I fall over. Oh! That seemed like a kind of a cool idea. Oh, the Drunkens have been far from taken out of dragons. There's a long way from that. Although I can say, anybody out there thinking about starting an alcohol-themed YouTube channel, do so with great care. You are meddling with some terrifying forces there. Okay, so what are we doing tonight, you guys? So you guys know that Worlds came out. Thanks everyone for grabbing a copy. It's doing great. So that's awesome. Give me a little bit of a whoo for 2018. But more importantly, since Ghost Mountain is sort of starting to get some grip now, my Weird West setting, I'm actually going to play Deadlands with some friends this weekend and see, all the cool ideas that I'm sure I missed. But since that's taking hold, I knew I needed to get Volume 4 of the ICRPG cards out so that artwork could get out there and assist people's games. Find, like Murder Hobo can get it onto Tabletop Simulator and just make everybody's Weird West game, whether it's Ghost Mountain, Deadlands, or any other, make it just a little bit more better. You know what I mean? Woo! Oh, may you mend the first break. May you bite the big snake. You better hold on because I'm going to draw till I turn pink. That does not rhyme. Tabletop Terrors would be just appalled at that toast. But I generally say, keep it real, don't steal. You always get a deal. Strength, honor, and milking a minotaur. All right. Tats are healing up real good. Thanks, man. Yep, they're fading in real nice. They don't look like Sharpie anymore, so I like that. The maps came out really cool, and did you guys see they're also in the top 10? So thank you, everybody, for all the support. But I'm not here to plug products. No. We are here to freaking draw. Now, every once in a while, well, you guys like to see the chat feed, though, don't you? That's cool to see the chat feed, right? So let me try to set us up so we can move between horizontal and vertical card drawing modes. And, you guys are also going to get a little glimpse into how I do these volumes, if that's something that is interesting to anybody. But, to be totally brutally honest, the real reason that I like to broadcast these so-called marathons is it pushes me to do a ton of work in an insanely small amount of time. And it's just a great feeling. It's fun. There's no one around here to be bothered by a marathon of art, so I might as well just milk the goat, man. Oh, man, and I get to follow this huge Red Bull up with a bunch of top shelf Irish whiskey. Get out of here. Get out of here. Life is good, as we say. All right. Whoa. I'm allergic to minotaurs. All right. So over here on the left, you have the first card in the Ghost Mountain volume, in Volume 4, which is the Ghost Mountain Compass. Now, I thought it might be kind of cool and handy to have a compass card for the table. So maybe like you're setting out some cards on your table and like forming a little world map or something. And you want to give a sense of what's where and everything. So I thought that'd be kind of cool to put on the table. It just kind of feels neat. It's kind of, I don't know, whatever. Okay, so there's like all these different messages coming in. I got to put my phone face down. So anyone out there who loves and cares about me, if you're trying to message me right now, I'm so sorry, but I'm going into full marathon psycho mode. And I'm not coming out till this war is over. Ah! So I took all of the cards I know I wanted to make, and I typed them up really quick, and I printed them out, right? Because I like printouts. So I have all those listed, and you can see where all the little hash marks are. Those are ones that I've already done today. So I've only been working on this as of this morning. So hopefully I could do this whole thing in one day, right in front of your very eyes. And some of the cards are going to be art that's in Worlds, right? Because there are some Wild West characters in the Worlds book, and I want those to be in the card set. Like, you'll see. So a few of them I get a couple freebies where I just get to drag the art in and size it and fit it, and I'll be good to go. But probably about 80 of them I'm going to need to draw. So this morning I did probably 20-ish, so I'll show them to you in rapid succession. So I did the compass, I did this creepy old grave, I did mining equipment, I did a cave entrance, there's the gallows, and of course we have a teepee. Here we have a saguaro cactus, dynamite, coffin. Here we have a weather vane. Oh, look at that one. Isn't that one cool? Big old safe. Yeah. And then this is the one I'm working on, which is called butcher hooks. Now in the horizontal department, we've got the stagecoach. We've got the mine entrance. Oh man, is that evocative or what? Then we've got a small town. Here we see a saloon. Oh yeah, old cow skull sitting in the dirt. There's a creepy valley with some tall buttes. Barn. An old fence. Now I'd love to put like several of these cards together on the table to form a sort of little corral or something. Here we got some bison. And look at this creepy old church up on a little hill. I mean, come on. Come on, Scranton. Is that not what you were picturing? Alright, here we got some loot. There is a majestic stag out in the wild. And look, there's the skull of an old prospector. Looks like someone who didn't bring enough supplies. Alright, so let's finish up butcher hooks. So the butcher hooks, as you guys know, Ghost Mountain isn't just the Wild West. It's also the sort of upper levels of hell. So the mountain is kind of built on hell. And so you've got a lot of like hell themes. So what I wanted to do is these set of hooks, which maybe you would see from your frightening little cell if you're ever captured by Azael the Butcher. And he's got these hanging nearby. Maybe he's, sliding these over on a pulley. And there's a timer on that pulley for when these hooks get here. And when they do, they all ratchet down and start doing awful things. Maybe the hooks are already occupied by some unfortunate souls who've been hung here. Maybe there are sides of beef here. Yeah, maybe they're not a threat. Maybe it's just scenery. I don't know. Either way, I just knew that down in hell, you've got some scary, scary hooks going on, like in Texas Chainsaw, right? I mean, it only stands to reason. Here's a little spring-loaded claw. Then we've got some sort of general danglers. Some sort of the ropes and stuff. And then these, of course, are casting shadows down here on the ground. This one has a little sort of a counterweight on it. There's like a little 40-pound weight. Here we can actually put a little... Yeah, there's a little marking on there. Even in hell, you need a cool little marker when you have like a super heavy weight on a chain. Even Azael the Butcher wants to know how much weight his little block has. Okay, so here's some other stuff in the background. Maybe another big hook back here. And we're almost done with this one. This is one that I started earlier, so I'm just finishing up. And these are sort of some kind of blocky ceiling structures here. So as you can see, we're just diving right in, guys. And whether you're working right now or you're home just kind of maxing out after a hard day, I'm glad. Thanks for tuning in. Always good to have everybody around. What are we looking at? Hey, great. 70 lumpy-headed crazy people all hanging out. Good to have you guys. And it's I don't intend to portray these sort of marathon streams as if they're some kind of deluxe entertainment. Like I was saying, it's just I wanted to let you guys in on a method that I've been using to push my creativity to another level. I want to go harder, go further, get more done. I know that in RPGs, there's a lot of starting that doesn't get finished. And if you guys are anything like me, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of cool ideas that never get done. And it's not because you're doing something wrong or you're lazy or whatever. No, it's just because there's a lot of life to live, and you don't always get around to making that next campaign world or designing that next class or whatever, right? Okay, cool. So I'm good here. I'm done. I'm done with the hooks. I like it. It's creepy. It's mechanical. It's kind of like, whoa, what is going on here? This is not good. I'm going to shade that in. And I'm going to call it good. So now I just hit save. I kill that. I make a blank layer. Then I look down at my list, and this is just how I work through it, guys. Okay, next I have one called Sea of Souls. I'm going to do it on horizontal. Hey, $2. Thanks, dude. Also, you guys don't feel any obligation to use super chat or tipping or any of that stuff. I love it that you guys do, but please don't feel obliged or like it's needed. You know, this is just us hanging out. Okay, great. So what we're doing, the Sea of Souls. So this I wanted to be, there's sort of these channels in hell. And in these channels, there's just a throng of poor souls all packed in, trying to sort of march along, and these sort of reavers are pushing them along. So a lot of these thematic ideas that have shaped how hell is going to feel in Ghost Mountain definitely come from Dante's Inferno. So if you guys have read Dante's Inferno, you'll probably start to identify some of those themes. And if you haven't, I strongly recommend it. It is a brilliant work of literature. Ryan Crow asks, can you talk about your new world book? Yeah, Ryan, what would you like to know, man? Anything. Just let me know. What are you curious about? I love talking about worlds. So much work went into that book. I love talking about it. Yes, the Divine Comedy. Yeah, Ryan Crow, any specifics? Okay, so I'm just doing these walls here. This is the walls to sort of hem the throng, so to speak. I'm just keeping an eye out for Ryan Crow's follow-up question here. Okay, so now I just want like all these sort of people down here, and they're not even really specific. They're just kind of like all these bodies packed in here, and they're all reaching and clamoring and struggling, and a few of them are in the foreground here. A couple little hairs on one of them, and there's this guy. You know, I'm just getting a bit of mass going first. Hey man, thanks CL. How about some layout stuff, chapters, etc.? Okay, well, Worlds is 4 pieces. It is advanced characters, which is much more sort of XP-based character construction and progression and synergy and builds is the common term. You know, Core left a lot of advanced character construction sort of just to people's imaginations. And I think everyone didn't respond that well to that. People were kind of like, well, I need deeper characters than this. So in Worlds, you get this section which goes into the concept of paths, which lets you basically multi-class in ICRPG. So here I'm starting to see how I've got a couple little sort of claw-tipped arms. So I'm just going to do lots of little arms. And there's an image in the Worlds book that's kind of reminiscent of this, but I wanted a card that kind of captures it. See, they're all just like clawing at each other, and their hands are in the air, and some of them are like grabbing at the person in front of them. It's like a throng of zombies, right? And so exactly how do I draw this? Well, you just kind of got to work your way through it, because a lot of this is going to wind up being filled in, right? It's going to get a lot of black is going to start overlapping. But it's okay. You get there piece by piece rather than just artificially sort of trying to hurry your way to the ending. Me, save me. And you know, they're all like marching toward their doom, basically. They're marching toward like some weird tower up down here, which is really just like a furnace where they're all gonna be burned alive. Oh my God, that's horrible. Again and again for eternity. I'm so sorry, you guys. I know that's really dark. But anyways, okay, so you get the character building, and then you get 3 world chapters. You get Alfheim, Warp Shell, and then, of course, Ghost Mountain. And those are all written in a different style. So Alfheim is written as a sandbox. Warp Shell is written as a series of 36 adventures that can be run in any order. And Ghost Mountain is written as a linear campaign. And that's what you get in the book. That's the whole thing. But in the course of describing those things, I give you lots of dungeon maps, lots of monster stuff, lots and lots of adventure ideas, and some new mechanics, and you get travel conditions, you get NPCs. Okay, so I have no idea what I'm doing here, you guys. This is going to be a little bit time consuming, but nothing else to do, right? Okay, there we go. So this is kind of the foreground here, so you're going to get a lot of heavier black. You know, some of these bodies here are going to overlap, and you're just going to see suggestions of limbs and arms, and you see what I mean? You start to just tangle it, and you start to get that feeling like at a concert where you don't really see each person. You kind of see this sort of cereal-like texture of humanity, which are sort of like ribcage shapes and head shapes and arms and hands. Kind of scary, honestly. This is pretty creepy business. But you know, of the three settings, Ghost Mountain is definitely the most serious. I mean, it's not only the most sort of deadly and the most sort of low in its fantasy level, it's just very kind of grim. He's going to have his arm kind of folded here. You know, like there's even some sort of, you know, pseudo-Christian kind of themes going on in Ghost Mountain, because I think it's an important part of the Wild West, you know. So you're going to see a couple crosses, and you're going to hear about Lucifer and, you know, some of these kinds of themes, which don't really have a home in a fantasy world for me, but in a Wild West world, I think they're just quintessential. Oh, sorry, I haven't been looking over. It looks like a water slide of death. Park Shields concerning Arnor. Yeah, Fall of Arnor is this Friday's Immortal game. You know, do I want to reveal what the sort of thematic component is? Well, I can tell you it's part of Warp Shell. That's for darn sure. It's a two-parter as well. The following Friday is the follow-up called Death on Krell. And they are part of the same storyline, but with a different group of players continuing the storyline. So I'm almost done here. Now, I think there just needs to be some like spiky shapes that is kind of like fencing these poor souls in. See, like these knifey shapes. So what I would want to do for my story as far as this sort of river of souls goes is you'd want to either be fighting through them, or they're coming for you, or you're among them or something, and then the Reaver is coming along. The Reaver is like an arch-fiend who has like a whip made of swords that's on fire, and he's driving this crowd forever forward to their doom. And that's kind of the, you know, the theme of this particular layer of hell, is that kind of fate for these souls. Which I can't remember in Dante's Inferno. I think it was like avarice or something was the sin of the people that were driven by the Reavers. It's hard to remember. You know, Dante's Inferno really kind of blends together on you because it gets so crazy. So creepy, so terrible, so grim. Yeah, it's Friday at 6. Skulls on spikes. All right. You'll get your skulls on spikes because skulls on spikes, and because I'm drinking a bunch of Red Bull. I'm gonna draw some skulls on some spikes. I'm gonna put them right on top. Oh, baby, dang no. I'm gonna put them skulls on spikes right on top. Yeah, see, as a blob, you can really start seeing it. You can feel these people. Because people shapes, you know, the mind is very highly trained to pick out faces and people shapes. All right, so now we're going to do some spikes with skulls on them. Like, God, this is just it is a water slide of death. That's a perfect description. All right, so now I'm just going to do little skulls. Oh, that one's like slid down a little ways. Grim. Okay. Now, just take this little guy, and I'm just going to imply a little bit of like eyes and teeths. You see, because I don't want to like be doing all these little skulls. It's just going to be too much information. It's going to take away from the scene. So I just need to do a little bit of suggestion of cheekbone and of eyes and little dots and just give you that hint that they're skulls. Okay. Plus, remember, there is a time limit on every card because there's, 70 some of these to go. So you can't just, get all into it. And even when I don't do these in a marathon, when I do them in normal drawing mode, I have to go really fast because I don't know about you guys, but doing 100 ink drawings is never easy or fast. It's just not easy. The first few that you do, you can go pretty quick, but the trick is not going fast. The trick is being able to do a lot of them without being sort of creatively worn out, which is a very, very real problem. Okay, so then we also kind of have these sort of lines of heat and doom kind of rising off this thing. And there we go. Just about done with that. What was that one called? Sea of Souls. And then, a DM can fill in anything that's missing from this drawing with description. Remember, the volumes are all about like stirring that descriptive mode for the DM and the players, not providing every single answer. And I think that's the magic of it. Cool, huh? That's crazy. That is definitely a scene of hell. Okay, Sea of Souls, done. So I take my little green marker, I mark off Sea of Souls, and I mark off Butcher Hooks. Where's Butcher Hooks? Here it is. Okay, next we've got Weird Machine. So I believe on the Ghost Mountain loot table, we've got this bizarre machine, and you sort of unfold it, and it performs some strange function, which could be rolled on a table, or it could be up to maybe a player could, make a Dungeon World style roll to describe what the strange machine is going to do. But I basically wanted to capture that moment in Wild West when, some weird inventor has created this bizarre thing, and it can like launch a cow 500 yards or shoot a laser when lightning strikes it or something. So what the hell is this thing? I have no idea. I'm just going to start sort of drawing and just kind of see what takes shape. So I do know that it has a wagon wheel on the side. Look at that little wagon wheel. Oh my god, that is a lot of Red Bull. That is a lot of Minotaur peepees. They must have drained 2 or 3 Minotaurs after like having them drink all day. More beer for the Minotaurs! Alright. Just another evening reading through Worlds with Hank's rambling in the background. This sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, that clothes hanger. That would be a small scale, small one, but small scale gadget. But yeah, kind of an odd out of place level of technology. So it could be, something that's used in combat. It could be a water purifier. It could be a lightning refocuser. It could be all kinds of weird things. But yeah, it has cogs and pistons and stuff. So I'm just gonna start kind of inventing mechanical who's-a-what's-its. Right, kind of this style. Oh, I am a strange machine, and I'm gonna have a strange function too. But yeah, my idea is there would be like the deck of many things, sort of. It's just this weird machine. You pull it out, it unfolds and begins doing its function, which could be digging a mine. This is a little back wheel here. Yep, speaking of hoot hoot, it's got one of those up here. See that little guy? That little dude. You gotta love that little dude. I think he's dark on the bottom too, like that. Yeah, there we go. And then he's got a little lip, just like that. So you just put a little erase line in there to show that it's a little majigger. I'm rolling up a paladin. I am a paladin, and I'm gonna live in a paladin way. I am a paladin, gonna go help the world, 'cause it needs a paladin today. Oh, what did I say? I am a paladin. So here's a little like chainsaw type device. So one thing I do to make cogs is just fill in these ellipses here, like so, like how. Then get ye old eraser tool here, and then just cut out like a little hole in the middle. Then cut some little teeth in there. Doot, doot, doot. I am a paladin. And then you just kind of show the inside of the little wheel portion with a line. And then put a little peg in the middle on a few of them, since it's got a little peg. And then go straight sideways, and that's like a little axle. See that? And then you get this little sort of massive machinery. And why is it there? Yeah, you don't know that. You're just the artist. Oh, I'm still a paladin. I've been a paladin for almost 3 days. All right. Okay, then out of here, of course it's steam powered, so it's letting off just a little hoot of steam there. And we're in business. So this weird machine is starting to take shape. It's got some kind of huge sword shape on the front, it looks like. And then there's like maybe there's a sort of a wooden, he's got some 2x4s set up here. This paladin is held together by 2x4s. This paladin is held together by nothing more than wood. Oh, but it's good. Sweet wood. 2x4s gonna make a weird ass gadget. There you go. So there's 2x4s back there. Oh my gosh. And then he's got a couple of loose nails where he didn't quite nail the whole thing together properly. Because he's a paladin, not a carpenter. I am a paladino. You know that I'm gonna live in a paladin way. Cooking with butter today. So most of my cards don't take so stinking long. It's just I'm doing some of these more elaborate ones here. So pardon the delay. Okay, so this is the sort of the core solid mass that makes up the center of it. And now we just need like some sort of some suspension, right? So he's got a coil here, shaft, there you go. He's got a leaf spring, shackle, standard old-time Jeep suspension setup. And you got an upper beam, and then this little guy, and then you got some more 2x4s. A couple nails sticking out, and there we go. So now the other side is like right here. The other wheel is about how? Oh yeah. Boy, you whip this thing out in the dungeon, you don't even know what's going to happen. Just chaos unfolds. Like, does this just start tooting and squeaking on down the corridor and just like destroy anything it touches? I don't know. I don't know. That's the fun of it. It's just a weird machine. You don't know its function. All you know is you're desperate and about to all die, so you're going to pull this thing out. Cause I'm a mofo paladin. So, and I know you get some solid black going down there, but it gets pretty dark down at the bottom of a machine. So we're going to see some dark areas. Here's some more vertical strutting. Another little thing there. Here we got a useless little hydraulic thing. Here's the other hydraulic mount for the far side right there. Kind of goes through there. You're going to see it around the back. Get a little more dark mass inside of it, make it solid, like so. A little more dark there to keep it solid. Wow, this thing's kind of fun, huh? Look at that thing. What in tarnation? A little water tank? Okay, cool. We'll put a little crooked water tank here on the back. There you go. It's got a little spigot. Whoop. Oh, man. Okay. So, I'm just going to give it some shadowing on the wheels. Then, you know, I like to do little dots that are in the air. And then there you go. Hey, weird machine. Well, as far as weird machines go, that is pretty strange. I don't know what the hell that thing is supposed to do. These are little rivets. A little series of rivets right here. There we go. All right, enough mucking about, being silly. That thing is cool. Yeah, it's an automated paladin killer. Poor paladins. Okay, save. Marking that sucker off. Weird machine. Done. All right, I got a few that I skipped from earlier, so let's just do them. Next up, we got a real pulse pounder. So hold on to your nuts. We are doing cabin. A cabin. Okay, so let's put it up in like a nice little mountain vista. And that's how we'll do it, okay? So a cabin is not like a house because a cabin is made out of logs. Can you dig it? So this is the roof line. Oh man, I'm a cabin. What's going on in the chat? We got Zachary Day. It's canon now. Paladin Slayer. Sorry, Cunning, we have moved on. Temperature gauge is a great idea, but the Sea of Souls is littered with great ideas. So we are just going to keep on trucking, my brethren. And I need you to stay with me. Okay, so now you do these alternating logs, right, that go sort of down like this, that form the superstructure. I have no idea what I'm doing, by the way. I don't know how log cabins are. I don't know how to draw all that crazy perspective and stuff. Hey, Runehammer. What's up, Video Game Pancake? How you doing, my brother? Or my sister? I don't know which you are. Okay, then up here, all the logs are horizontal in the upper portion, and then you just got shadow up here below the roof line, right? And there's the beginning of our little cabin. It's going to be so cozy. Here you got a little mason chimney. There's the front line, and there's the back. I think we're actually going to do dark on the right. And then there's little stones, right? And then you got a little cement top. Okay, so then down this side you've got alternating. Wait, you've got alternating this way. Boop, 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 boop. Then zoop, and then dooker, 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 dooker. Yep, there we go. I am living. I am living the life of a mad artist. And, you know, I hope you guys are all rocking tunes. As you know, I can't really listen to music while I do these because of copyright issues and because of audio issues and so on and so forth. So you guys get to listen to music. So please don't hesitate to do so. Okay, here's where the front door is cut in. Cut into them logs. Just cut right into them logs. What he did, he's in his territory is what he is. He has intruded in his territory. Can you believe that he did that? Look at that crazy little owl. All right, so there's a little front door. This guy's a master carpenter, so he also cut a little window right here. Whoops. Right here. You cut a little window right there. Isn't that cute? He even put a teeny little pane in it like that. You got a little doorknob. Okay, so here you got your little cabin. Now, the fun part is going to be sort of where this, you know, the environs of the cabin. Okay, so we're going to do some environs now. Okay, so these logs are sideways. These are sideways. So you don't want to put grain on the wrong logs or it'll confuse the eye. All right, there you go. There you go. A little shadow on the roof there. Great, the roof. The roof. Okay, so he's also got one of these cool little like 3 stairs to come in. Boop, 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 like that. Doop, doop, doop. See that? And then the whole thing's kind of on these little stoops. You know, you get a lot of like little raised structures in the Wild West to keep your fire going underneath the cabin, to keep you off the cold ground, keep varmints out, so forth and so on. Okay, great. Oh boy, I'm choking on pee. I'm choking on pee. I drank too much pee. Ooh. All right. Hey, look, we are switching beverages. Oh. That is Irish whiskey. That is Irish whiskey. That is delicious. Okay, so I'm going to put it down low a little bit. We've got a small hillock that's on here. You might even call it a hummock. He's got one little tree he's left in the front yard because he didn't have the heart to cut it down. Look at that happy little tree. See, he didn't want to cut that down. That's his own little scenic little tree in his front yard there. Maybe he's got some little posies growing out front, right? Window on the side, yeah, of course. So he's got his main window that he's cut over here, right? And then you got your pane inside like that. I am a paladin. He's got a got a barrel of pickled fish, which he is storing right out back here. You're not going to be able to see the pickled fish, I'm afraid, but you will see a small barrel. There we go. You got a little spigot out of there, and then there. Okay, great. So there's he's got some stores. Fool's got stores. Okay, we need some wood grain here. Oh yeah, man, look at this cozy little hacienda. Okay, so now I just want to establish the feeling of a ground here, and then we're going to give him a little farm. He's just got a few little crops growing out here, carrots. And then he's got taters, which is a leafy crop. Then he's got little lettuces. Look at that little row of lettuces right there. And then he's got some corn that's coming in a little bit on the thin side. This is Ghost Mountain. Times are hard. So his corn's looking a little stunted there. All right, and then here's kind of where he usually walks down to the crops. And we're almost done now with our little cabin. This is a pointless shadow that just makes my composition feel good. Here's its counterpoint. All right, and then we're gonna like give him some backdrop. Look at this. He's up on a mountain, so we're gonna give him the mountain, right, like that. So see, he lives by this sort of vista, but he doesn't live by the summit. He just lives by the mountains. And then crossing that with a nice heavy line, you got his cozy little smoke. And then just kick this puppy out right in here. Kick that puppy right out so it's opaque. A little poof, and you're just about done. Now you notice on these mountains in the back, I don't really go in and add weight to the lines because you want these to be lightweight lines back here. It makes them look far away. So if you're not using color, which I don't here obviously, then you just need to use line weight to imply distance. And look at that. There's my cozy little mountain cabin getaway. That is Bob Ross AF. All right, I'm checking it off, guys. I'm checking it off. All right. Next we have... I'm going to skip a couple of those because those are accidentally in some of the other volumes. A hand car. We're going to need a hand car, guys. You've heard of escargot? Well, this is hand car, guys. All right, so the hand car is probably not in zero perspective, but not in no perspective at all. So it's a little bit of perspective. So we're going to do this. And it's mainly just a base platform. And then if I remember the design correctly, it's kind of like here, and here, and here, and here. And these are like train style wheels. And then you got like this thing in the middle. And this thing is where the guys like pump it to make it go. Little braces there. And then I'll bring the darkness on this side so I can just fill this in because I don't want it to be filled in. It's going to make me feel good. And I want to feel good. All right, there we go. What the hell is a handcar? It's this thing. It's the human-powered rail vehicle. Everybody's seen this thing. Okay, so once again, you can get an overly simple image if you just do the sort of essentials. So you need to provide a little bit of setting too. Here's the little leaf springs, and then we'll get a little bit of a more of a wheel shape going here. There we go. There we go. Let's get a little bit of mass underneath so you can kind of feel its weight. Okay, and then this is also like planks here, so there's the ends of the planks, and then you've got a little bit of floor grain on here. There you go. So there's the main sort of portion of the handcar, but then I wanted some little fun rails, right? I mean, don't take that away from me. So doop doop doop. Let's just go chungi. Let's go chung. There we go. Chung. Za. Zip. Wada. Like that. Okay. Then da. 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 Cha. Oops. Ja. Oops. Ja. Hua. Ooh. Ja. 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 There we go. Cool, man. Okay, so there's your basics. Now I just need some repairs. There we go. By the way, when I do that stupid stuff, that's me just changing brush size. So if you're ever wondering, I hope you're not wondering because, God, who cares? Who cares what you're doing, hankering? Just get the stinking work done, brother. Stop with all the sound effects. Even though you had like 40 ounces of Red Bull. These are just the lead edges of the ties, You know, do you really see them in full and all that stuff? Nah, don't worry about it. It's just background. Then there's always like gravel, right? So I'm just going to kind of imply some ground. And I don't really want to get too much into like what's above this because I don't want to trap you in a certain environment. That's more for each adventure to decide. You just want the prop for the car. So I don't want to show like a mine or mountains or anything like that. So one thing I do if I have a simple card and I just want to ground it is I'll do these little corner brackets that you guys have seen in the collections. And they just, to me, they just finish the card out. They just make it feel like a thing. Like this is my handcar card. Hand card. There you go. Cool, man. Hand card. These need a little bit more detail, so I'm going to put a little bit of like wrapping. See that? You just do these little lines that kind of hook around, and that's like where guys can grab it more comfortably. It just lends you a little tiny bit of detail for your eye to cling to so it doesn't get too simple. And I just need to center it up a bit. There we go. There we go. And save. Mark it off. Handcar. Where's handcar? Got it. Next we have lantern on a pole. This is a pulse pounder right here, guys. Oh, look at that cabin. I want to move there. Ugh. Crap, I want to live there. So bad. All right. Lantern on a pole. So I saw one of these in a photo from a Wild West town, and I believe it was built out of 2x4s, which is a very ubiquitous building material in the West. And I believe you get the structure kind of like this. Right, with this kind of L-brace kind of construction. Like that. All those silly little lines in there to draw the perspective. There we go. And then on down. There's the edge. Maybe this edge is a little dark. And then it's just got a sort of a little concrete pylon at the bottom like that. Bloop. And there's the ground. Okay, now one thing I wanted to do is do a dark ground. So it's like, here's a blob of like dark dirt. And then we're going to put like a lantern, a little bit of illumination in there. Do. Now you'll see what I mean in a second here. Oops, that's a terrible line. That wasn't helping anybody. All right, here we go. Just rough up some of these edges. Okay, so here we are. Then our lantern has a little wrap around here. Got an iron loop right there. Got some stray nails. Everything's sort of built haphazardly in the West, right? Which I know is a discredit to the actual pioneers who, you know, really did a good job on craftsmanship in the Wild West. But for the sake of fun, we're going to have little nails hanging out. Oh, this lantern has been sentenced to hanging. Well, I see you're prepared to play Ghost Mountain. Okay, so usually you have like a pyramid, like this. Then you have a box. And that's the foundation of your lantern there. Now I'm going to fill it in and kind of work on it. And you know, I might even do darkness around the lantern and like kind of run with that. So I'm doing a series of panes that's kind of unorthodox, kind of crisscrossing panes. Doc, I'm suffering from crisscrossing pains. Well, then stop crisscrossing, boy. Okay, so there's the lantern portion, and then here's the little base. And that is my lantern. So the more interesting question is like, how do I sort of portray lanterniness? And one thing I was going to do is put this highlight on the ground. Okay, highlight on the ground. There you go. Not that exciting, but it kind of portrays it. And then let's do this kind of a thing. Let's do this sort of cartoon. It's both dark and light right around this. So you do this kind of blurb. I don't know what I'm doing, guys, so I'm just off the map right now. And you know, a lot of the times I'm just going for it. I don't know what I'm drawing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's not like I know all this stuff or something. I'm just make it up as I go. Okay, so that's going to overlap like that. And we're going to start breaking it up. Then I'm going to do beams. Check it out. Beam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Beam. 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 Oh, beam. Nope. Beam. Nope. Beam. There we go. Had to pull that line instead of pushing it. Beam. Beam, 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 beam. Big beam. Then track those lines and reinforce them with another line. Cha, like that. Huja, hudi, chit, zita, kuba, what, ruh, juba. There we go. See that? Light. Light, and there's also bugs. Or are they just dots? You'll never know because of my drawing style. Okay, so then here we go like that. I'm going to fill in some of this dark stuff here so it actually forms a ring. Makes a little more sense. Chucky, chucky, chucky. Contortuna. There we go. Lantern on a pole. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Lantern on a Pole by Hankering Fernale. Ladies and gentlemen, Lantern on a Pole. Starring Hankering Fernale. Okay, I'm marking that one off. Lantern on a Pole, you're done. Get out of my life. Oh, next we got a crazy one. Next we got a crazy one. I don't even know how to do this. Sick beams. Beams of righteousness. Okay. Next we have a guitar case filled with bullets. So the body of the guitar case is like this. Then the lid is the same shape, but up here, whoa, nope, up here, whoa, okay, whoa, 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 yes, yes, there, okay. So then here's like the thickness of the lid. This is a somewhat suggestive shape. Is that a guitar case, or are you just happy to see me? Oh, okay. So then we're going to go like that. It's just giving this some mass and some depth, and then we're going to fill it in with bullets. Why? Because Desperado, of course. And probably I need to leave that unfilled, because this whole interior is going to be sort of filled. So we're going to leave the side white for now. Desperado. And then the handle is like right here. Why don't you monkey my neck? I can't get no respect from Desperado. I've got a monkey's neck. I've got a monkey's neck. I got a monkey's neck, but I can't get no respect, even with a big long monkey neck. I can see above the palm trees. All the other monkeys are looking at me. All right, the crazy is starting to arrive. That could be the whiskey talking. Okay, there is the interior of the thing. Now I want these little hinges. I want to see them. I see you. That's what a Navi says to its hinges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Man, you guys, I have been through the wonder of Netflix. I have been watching Robotech, and I'm almost done with Robotech. And I had like, midlife complaints about Robotech, right? There's too much min-may, there's too much romance, right? Everybody has these complaints about Robotech. No more. I'm old enough now to love the love story in Robotech, and I am not taking it back, you guys. I love it. Absolutely love it. No apologies. Show is fantastic. So fun to watch. I just love it. Okay, so here's the base of the guitar case. Now I'm going to get a little shadow going. Just kind of establish my ground. Okay, there we go. Here's a squiggly line. There we go. Okay, so now we got the hard part. Yes, all of Robotech is now on Netflix, and it is so dang good. I don't think if I'm going to be able to get into all the concealed compartments and stuff. Sorry, I didn't see who asked that question, but I don't think that the detail level of this card will really handle that much information. So I'm really more just focused on drawing like bullets and little chains of bullets and stuff. So let's get a little closer. There we go. Now don't be shy. You can get a little closer with Arid Extra Dry. All right. So he's got a few bandoliers back here of bullets. Right? And then bandoliers, one simple way is you draw your little hot dogs and then draw your little center band like this and curve each line. Yes, I know this is a ridiculous amount of like OCD drawing insanity, but it's got to look like a bunch of bullets. And then you got to sharpen each little tip. See that? Sharpen, sharpen, sharpen. You don't want to look like he's got a secret, case full of cigars. They're bullets, and bullets have a pointy tip. we go. Sharpen, 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 sharpen. And then on the back, if you're lucky, you can fit a little dot. That'll make it look like a cylinder. See that? And then you get this impression that it's a bullet. Okay, so we're on our way. There we got 2 little chains of bullets, but it takes like 300 years to do them. So I'm going to do one more here just to eat up space. Okay, there it is. So first you do your hot dogs, then do your center line. Each one has to be curved because it's wrapping around a bullet. And that's basically the sort of cloth belt line that holds it all together. And then sharpen, 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 sharpen. Then go in and a little dot on the butt. Butt. There you go. Bullets. Butt. There. Okay, so that's that set of bullets. Show flyers inside the top. I'm not sure what you mean. I like the idea, but I'm not sure what you mean. Oh yeah, we can put a pistola up on the lid. Hola, pistola. Okay, so next I'm just gonna do it. This is like a pile of bullets. So look, this is just, he's just got them stacked here and he's got them stacked here. He's just, all the bullets he found, all the bullets that I found, mama, in your backyard. I put them all inside my secret gun case. Boom, 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 boom. Since you've been gone, I can shoot whoever I want. I can tear the arms off every boy that I see. Dude, but they only remind me of you. All right, bullets, 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 bullets. There we go. So that's just some random collections of bullets. Now he's got like missiles, grenades. Hey, I know it's the Wild West. I don't care, y'all. So he's got some really big bullets that he has sitting upright. Remember, they got to be rounded or pointed on the top. All the bullets that I found, mama, in your backyard. I'll fire them at people today. Bow, bow, down, bow, bow, down, bow. 'Cause it's the Wild West and I gotta have a gun. Doo-dee-doo. But nothing can take away these blues. Hey, Zigmus, thanks, man. Hank, fix the crossbeam. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what a crossbeam is. Okay, but there is a couple of pistols right here, matching pistols. But I have no idea what a crossbeam is. I just want you to know that. I'm just being honest right now. This is a safe space for total honesty. All the bullets that you planted, mama, in the backyard, all got fired today. Bow, bow, now, bow, bow, now, boom, boom, boom. So there he's got a couple of bullets, show flyers. Oh, like wanted posters and stuff. Well, why would he keep those in his bullet case? Like people he's gonna kill? Yeah, we need a knife in here too. That's a good point. Everything has to have these little, it's like lashed on there because it's all secret, right? Okay, there he's got his knife stashed in there. Then he's got some special bullets. So draw your hot dogs. And those are at the wrong angle because they mess the perspective all up. So I'm just going to be a cheese ball and use Photoshop tools to fix it real quick. There we go. The cool thing to do is just to draw your work again, but I'm just trying to cruise. And I'm going to slow down on the whiskey, or I will never make it through all these. I can feel it already. Whiskey is no joke, man. That stuff hits you quick. All right, so then we'll put little rings on each one. These are like his little explosive bullets that he keeps. Yeah, those are cool. Check those out. All died and withered away. A checklist. Yeah. He's really wanting some like documentation in here, huh? All right, here we go. There's his little checklist. It's got a little piece of tape. Don't be a pussy your whole life. I don't know if I deserve that. Jeez. Kind of taking it a little on the harsh side there. Okay, so here we got some little pot grenades. Literally look like coffee pots. Okay. All died and withered away. Here's a circular object that I don't know what it is. Some kind of wheel of death. All right. Cool. Very cool. This looks like a gun case filled with ammunition. Here's big bullets all sitting in a row. Draw your hot dogs. Sharpen them off. Then don't do the ring on these because they're not in a belt. And there you go. There's the butt. Cool. Then he's also got some sort of like bomb object, which takes the form of these large highlights with little wires holding them together. And then those have the band across them as well. And that's probably most of what I need. Now I want a little bit of Spanish fanfare here. So I'm going to put a little bit of fanfare on the case. And by fanfare, I just mean pointless little spiral shapes. Okay, cool. Done. Wow, that's fun, huh? Check that out, guys. That's pretty cool. If I do say so, but I'm out of time. Save and checking off. Gun case, oh bullets, or guitar case, oh bullets. All right, next one. Whew. Hank, the art is awesome. Watch you draw in Photoshop is instructive, but the real reason I tune in is the singing. That and the Well of Souls. Best pick so far. Yeah, that one was a real fun one. But where will he store his guitar? That's such a brilliant question. The real issues here. Okay, so let's save that guy. I have a lot to choose from next. I'm not ready for those quite yet. Let's do something a little different. We do have the... Let's try to finish this first page off. How about that? We have a Cauldron of Souls. So we're back to hell on this one. Back to hell. Back to your cruel reality. It's in the secret compartment. Did Senpai notice me? I don't fully understand that whole Senpai thing. Did you draw and get better by practicing yourself, or you have needs to perfect? You know, Zygmus, there's so many different ways to learn how to draw. I think that everybody's different. I know that's a bit of a cop-out answer. Some people, I think, benefit greatly from instruction, and others do great with self-teaching. And I just think everybody's different. For me, I did take a few art classes, and they drove me crazy. I couldn't sit through that. I found that it felt like 80% talking and 20% drawing, and I just couldn't. I just wanted to draw. And it just drove me bats. So, you know, just like the learning styles, you know, that's not true of all people. So there's nothing wrong with the art class. It's just everybody's different. And I think the biggest challenge is finding your own learning style. But then once you find it, you know, if you really are trying to truly get better and you're honestly trying to do that you're not kind of fooling yourself about it. Once you find your learning style, the hardest part is over. Then it's just a matter of pure discipline and time. But if you know how you learn, that is a huge step in applying the practice you need to actually improve. So whether it's by instruction or by practice or by setting yourself projects, I do think I can tell you one thing for sure that isn't, I know a lot of the things I say sound sort of relativistic and wishy-washy, but one thing I can tell you that is not relativistic at all is the biggest sort of barrier or stopper that I see in all people who are trying to get better at this stuff is finishing. They just don't tend to finish projects. They tend to start so many projects or drawing journals or sketchbooks. They'll start journal after journal after journal and just never finish one. And I think that can really lead to a great slowing of the improvement of your ability. The biggest portions of improvement, I truly believe, come during the unpleasant phase of finishing, not the beginning. The beginning is fun for everybody. You're not facing any of the real challenges yet. You're just starting and it's fun and everything seems promising. But to actually make it through that initial enthusiasm into the much more difficult phase of like realizing the scope of your project and confronting it rather than fleeing from it and starting something new, that to me is a core skill. And if you can get that skill going, you'll grow in capability faster. So that's my biggest tip is really try hard to finish things. So you can make that easier on yourself by setting out to do finishable things. Does that make sense? You don't always need to set out to do 100 ink images. You can set out to do 10 and then finish those 10. And don't go back and work on them. Don't say you didn't like this one and you didn't like that one. No, you have to do them to the point where you feel okay and you call it done and it's done forever and you never go back. And in time you can start to accrue more and more finished projects. All right, this is soup with a human hand coming out of it. There's a little femur bone here. Then there's some other general unpleasantness and lumpiness, and then the smoke rising up out of this is going to be the worst part. So then we're going to go in here, we're going to kind of do some little highlights. But yeah, I know that a lot of people, want to get good at drawing. I mean, man, do I understand that desire. It's a really, really fun skill to have. It's great for our hobby and many others. It's just a lot of fun. My biggest tip is strive to finish. Just finish thing after thing after thing. Okay, so here we go. You see they're cooking this cauldron of souls. And so these these ghosts are coming up out of here. Oh my God. All right. Help us. We are doomed forever to be cooked. Oh, he looks like a Torton who's trapped in there. Oh, he's having too good of a time. I got to change that. You got to watch out with screaming heads. A lot of times they'll look like they're laughing. So you have to turn the mouth down so you get that right impression so you don't get too much laughter. So I'm going to put a big shadow on this cauldron and then I'm going to cut like a pentagram into it. Because I can. And then I really think, once you've got your habit, you've got your learning style, you're setting out, you're finishing projects, then the skill that's probably going to come slowest is not drawing itself, but the skill I call spotting, which is where you can see what is wrong or needs improvement in a piece to really make it feel readable by other people, to make it feel done, to make it feel good. That skill can really take time. So here's one of my infamous not quite pentagrams. They're on lots of stuff in my work. There we go. And then we also have this sort of we also have this sort of line of blasphemous glyphs, because they're literally cooking people for all eternity, like cooking the souls out of their flesh or something. So I'll do the one with the marker, and then I'll do the rest of the glyphs with the eraser, so they're kind of glowing in the highlight. Just not a big deal. I don't need a ton of artwork to make the theme come home, but there it is. Some bubbles. And there it is, the Cauldron of Souls. That's pretty fun. Save, payback, mark it off. Oh my God, my brain is starting to melt. My brain is starting to melt because I'm drawing too many things in one day. In one day. Whoever mentioned that they don't watch for the drawing but for the singing, you're in luck. You're getting your ducats worth today. Okay, so next we have the town jail. Oh, chip out the rim. Nope, too late. I already closed it. Moving on. Nice cauldron, B. Oh, hey, what up, Cyrese? Maybe it's a delirious fear, but not every soul handles stimulus in the same manner. Do you like rum? Who doesn't? Damn, man, I'm glad I tuned in. Time to finish a bunch of drawings. Yeah, draw with me. Draw with me, my brethren. A town jail. My brain is melting. I'm only 1 hour into things. A town jail. What's different about a town jail? Not a whole heck of a lot. That's what I think. It looks like a lot of other buildings in the old West. You got your roof. You got some 2x4s. But this one has 2 goofy barred windows. So this is the inner sill, since the windows are extra thick. And then this thing's like made of brick, right? Isn't that the deal? So we need like this sort of masonry motif. So you just do some horizontal shit, and then you do the little vertical guys there that kind of come out of the horizontals, and you start getting this kind of brick look. Right, and this is why you always have to use dynamite to break your buddies out of the town jail, because it's got this kind of junky mason construction. Who you calling junky? I come from a line of proud masons. Small chimney. Now it's got to have a corny sign that says jail. I mean, in a way I apologize for that, but in a way I don't. All right, there we go. Padoot, padoot, chuck. There we go. Then I'm just going to pull out these interiors, make it solid. I know erasing is kind of like cheating, right? But when you're trying to do this many, a little bit of cheating isn't going to hurt. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we'll give a little bit of chip, chip, chip. A little bit of chip. Clean up those edges. And there we are. So now we're getting into something here. Meth head shaped holes in the back. I don't get that joke. All right. Doot, doot, doot. Now we got the bars. Doot, doot, doot. Okay. Doot, doot. There we go. I think they even, some of them are cheesy enough to have like a barred window in the front, right? Like they really want these guys to get a nice view of the street. Okay, there we go. It's got a little sill under it where they can. Okay, and then here's your front door. Here's your front door right here. I'll tell you what. He got into his territory is what he done. Look at that crazy old owl. Oh, actually, that is on the list, is an owl in a tree, so I'm excited for that. Everybody loves to draw an owl now and again. I would like to cuddle with an owl, to be terribly honest. So now just to make sure, I'm just going to kind of do a little chibbity bop here. Oh, chibbity bop. There it is. And then let's do some nails. Nail, 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 nail. Great. Oh, skibbity bop bop. That's right, we have a masonry wall on this jail and we got a wood roof. Okay. The front probably needs to be masonry as well. So here's the inside of the door jamb. You got the little window thingy there. You got the doorknob here. This is the sort of handrail. And these little stairs, we'll finish those in just a second. And then we got our masonry here. I know this masonry is not exactly like the keystoning isn't quite not quite the code. There you go. I just kind of like to draw these little brick shapes and then kind of get sloppy with them and just let it be, you know, just kind of let it float. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what these are. These are just little chunks. Okay, then again, you kind of got this under porch zone where dogs go to die. You know, there's always like a weird, like, dried up cat corpse down there. And here's your little stairs. Boop, boop, boop. Right. Oh man, this jail is awesome. Boy, that really came together at the last second. You know, I've said it many times, but one of the things I love about Scotty is his enthusiasm for his own work. So I want to emulate that behavior. That's a good example of, you know, like, to me, the difference between wanting to think positively as a thing that's good in life and actually thinking positively is thinking positively about your own work, even when it's not perfect. You're just thinking to yourself, hey, I did pretty good on that. Look at me. Look at me go. Watch this, Mom. No hands. All right, here you go. It's just adding a little bit of black to give it some substance because the black really kind of makes things become solid. And then here we got our little dirt street. No gentle trees or posies growing by the jail, I'll tell you what. Just dirt. Look at that boring old dirt. And then on a lot of these Ghost Mountain pieces, I've been putting like a cloud right here with like a sort of a light line weight, like this. And it just kind of sets that tone a little bit in my mind. And that, my friends, is our jail. Now, I think I'm going to update the Hangman's Tree is already in one of the volumes, my brother, Patrick. That's already in one of the other volumes. But we did a gallows already. So I'm going to upgrade these bars. Like that. Does that look more like bars? No? I liked it before. How weird is that? Maybe what I need is a tiny little highlight on each bar that breaks this tangent up top like that. Boop. 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 That helps. And then just a little more top shadow. There we go. It's just there's so many little lines in the masonry, it's pretty easy to lose the bars, but I think that works out just fine. Remember, you can't dwell. Got to keep trucking. You only got so many hours to do tons of these things, so. Yeah, Patrick, I love the idea. It's just, I think it's in volume 1, actually. Our house, is the jail in the street. Our house, I'm crossing jail right off the sheet. Our house, boom, boom. Oh, next one's fun. So you guys, is this insane just going at this pace or what? A tumbleweed is an interesting idea, Kevin, but I'm not sure that anyone would ever want that. That would be a significant enough object at a game table. All right, let me see if I can remember how to draw this. There he is. There he is. Our house, in the middle of our street. Our house. It's the jail in which I'm currently entrapped. Well, you're not really trapped when you're in jail. You're just in jail. We're going to have a rattler. But it's kind of a cartoon rattler, and that's okay. Because remember, one of the keys, an evil tumbleweed, one of the keys to the sort of the card method is that you do want each card to be a quote-unquote sort of story significant object. It's really the only limitation on the thematic variation. They need to be things that would be useful for a DM to create events. Now, an evil tumbleweed, I kind of agree, actually sort of does qualify. Because if you did, a one-shot about the evil tumbleweed, where that tumbleweed is, it'd almost be like Maximum Overdrive or something, right? Like there's this evil tumbleweed that's kind of marauding across the West. And it's like really quick. But everything it touches turns into dries up or something, dehydrates. And then your players are like, what were you smoking when you came up with this adventure? All right. There's a snake in my boot. All right, so this is my rattlesnake here. Man, that came together way quicker than I thought it would, huh? Jeez. Why did that come together so fast? That was weird. Okay, now I just need to do the scales. And I don't like these eyes. I'm pissed off about the eyes. A house in the middle of our street. A house. My monkey is my feet. A house is the monkey on my feet. A house is the castle that we keep. Or something like that. I can't remember what he says. A house is the castle on the street. A house. I've got monkeys on my feet. A house. So I'm just going to sort of imply some of the scaling because I don't want to get into all of it. It'll get too noisy. So I'm just sort of doing random stuff, and then I'm going to kind of go in and just do a little, kind of like I do on the Surrey for Cryfoth. You don't do every scale, you just kind of imply. And then you go in with your eraser, do the same thing but in negative. Because remember, not only do I need to draw these fast, but they're kind of shown at a pretty small scale, so you want to keep it real tidy. Hey, Jen! Thanks, Jen! Game Over Club, let me count up how much we have to go in just 1 second after I do this tongue. Okay, first of all, I'm going to get rid of these fakey fangs. They're too cartoony, even for me. House. I've got monkeys on my feet. Oh, we need wiggle lines. He's got a little bit of prairie grass around him here. Couple little dots in the air indicates sort of atmosphere. Sweet! Man, that one just was quick. I'm really happy about that. Weird how a drawing just happens every once in a while like that. Like you're just like, what? What? How did I do that? What just happened? Okay. Just don't start noodling, because that's what your instinct is going to be right away. It's like, ooh, I could put this little thing on here. I could put that little thing. No. No, you are done. Check it off. Rattler. Check. Okay. How many do we have? Well, luckily, Photoshop is counting my layers, so that's 19. And here we have 16. I don't know what that is. 19 plus 16. $35. 35 are done. So I'm going to make a nice little note of that. Thanks for asking, by the way. I don't know where pretty much anything is in my space right now because I am that way as a young man. 35. Well, there's only 65 to go, guys. How hard can that be? All right. Oh, there's the pen right there. After I write in the other thing, then the pen is revealed. Okay, so I am going to jump around a little bit. Jump, 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 jump. Crisscross will make ya. Daddy Mac will make ya jump. Oh boy, we got so many choices here. So many choices. Let's do owl in a tree. I mentioned it. Let's follow up, all right? Man, doing these in one night is going to be really hard. And you know, it isn't because of endurance at all. It's the idea power. Like, just doing these in rapid succession is just draining, man. It's draining. Here's my owl, guys. Woo-hoo. 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 Okay, I might need a different approach. I have no idea how to draw an owl. All I know is that I'm going to enjoy it. There you go. But now, to get a good owl, you got that weird head angle, right? So I'm just going to flip this sucker. Pow! Just like that. I don't care. I'm not scared anymore, man. Don't you give up? No, no, no. But I won't give up. No, no, no. Let me love you. Let me love you. I don't give up. No, no, no. And I won't give up. No, no, no. You guys probably didn't know I'm a Bieber fan. I'm down with the Biebs. Oh, 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 oh. Don't you give up, no, no, no. And I won't give up, no, no, no. Let me love you. Let me love you. I don't know how to draw an owl. No, no, no. I don't know how to draw an owl. No, no, no. Okay, I think they have this kind of layered chest fur thing going on. It's just too corny. That's cooler. And then I'm just going to... Oh, get it? Here's the tree. You too. Look up here. All right. Here's this little trunk. This one's like a sort of an omen of death. Maybe that'll be the title of the card. Instead of calling it owl in a tree, we'll call it omen of death. You don't want to see an owl out in the wilds. It's a sign that bad things are going to happen. I mean, and how did an owl get such a bad rap, right? They didn't sign up for that. I don't think I need this like neckline either. It's not doing me any good. You too. Look up here. Look up here. Okay, I'm going to try some pupils. And I'm going to try an underbeak piece. The underbeak piece kind of makes him look like smile. No, that worked. Okay, now here come the pupils. Oh boy! Do not do pupils. Okay, you might need a little bit of a... Yeah, this thing. There we go. Ow! He's kind of scary. Oh wait, he has no tail, bro, Steve. That's not cool. There we go. Kind of covers up some of the feet, but he needs it, right? It completes him. You too. Look up here. You. Now, I would like, this isn't a totally dead tree. That's depressing. So I'm going to do a little bit of foliage in the form of these kind of floaters. And I know it's very suggestive. It's very hasty, but... Oh, my right foot fell asleep. Oh, my God. I had it folded up under the chair. Oh. Holy Lord in heaven, that feels horrible. Oh, God. Oh, I have enough of that in my residual limb. I don't need it in my... Oh, that feels horrible. Yikes. Okay, we got a little bit of prairie grass here. Oh, my God. Oh, my right foot. Oh, she's asleep. Oh, woo. That is freaking terrible. Okay, that's it. Owl in a tree. Is the moon out? Is that too corny? There's always a cloud that's like right in front of the moon, right? What, +2 Nate's idea, white talons on the other foot. Love it. Nate Magnum. Got a problem with karate villains in your neighborhood? Call Nate Magnum. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to fill in the other foot a little bit. Yeah, this way we don't lose the talons, right? Jet. There we go. Now he's gripping. Great tip, Nate. Great tip. You want to do a little bit of a backdrop too, guys? So it's like out on the prairie kind of rather than a woods. Okay, all done. Save. Cross it off the lista. Where is it? Owl in tree. Owl in tree. Here it is. Done. Holy shamboli. All right, we have got... Oh, boy. Dynamite. I already did dynamite. Oh, we did. This one's going to be so hard, though. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared. Favorite so far, really? All right, whatever, man. Whatever toots your tutor. Okay, here we go. We are going to do the dreadful. What is even happening? The dreadful, the derisive, the disgusting merchant wagon. The reason I'm dreading drawing this is because I feel like it needs to have a lot of little details. So here's the little footboard. Oh, don't you give up, no, 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 and I won't give up, no, 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 let me love you. Let me love you. I won't give up, no, no, no. If you won't give up, no, no, no. Which is kind of cheesy. Like, is he telling her not to give up, or that it's contingent? That him not giving up is contingent on her? Because that's weak. Should be absolute in his terms about giving up. He's either gonna or not. Well, he doesn't really say if, so, to be fair. Hey, I'm drawing wagon wheels, and I'm getting tired. Hey, I'm drawing wagon wheels, and I'm plumb tuckered out. I'm going to have to take a bio break pretty soon, too. I'm like, my teeth are floating over here. Oh, man, I hope Catch the Weasel Sleeping is watching tonight. It's a new Wild West tabletop crafting channel that's out there. Y'all ought to check out. All right. I'm not kidding either. The channel is called Catch the Weasel Sleeping because he's that awesome. Okay, those are pretty much the worst drawn wagon wheels that you could hope for. And that's why they're staying in the drawing. All right, so there's the little foot thing. And now we're going to have to do these. We don't have a lot of proper room for it, but we're going to do these leaf springs here. Okay, and then those leaf springs will give me a guide on where the base of my wagon is. You know, wagons are high clearance vehicles, you know. So he's got these kind of here. And then this is going to be covered with stuff, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself. So there. So that's the kind of the guide on the side. And then I just want some mass underneath to give it some weight, some heft, if you will. Oh, you will. Oh, you will. You don't even know. Okay. Then the front has two little seat pads. And you know, you guys, I have no idea what I'm doing. So if like some of these structures are just like way off, I wouldn't be surprised because I'm just like a total yokel here. Okay. Hi, I'm a total yokel. I'm a turnkey yokel. I give you everything you need to be a local nimwit in one shopping stop. All right. So this is the side of the wagon here, and the way it's going to go down is I'm going to he's going to have a bunch of stuff. Skeletor. Yo, you want me to put the guy sitting in there? Like this guy? He's kind of a generic guy. Like, I don't want to fill him in, you know? So he's just like lounging in here. I gave him a really big hat, but I'm going to shrink that down in just a second here. You'll see. See, I just give him the big hat so then I can kind of cut it down like that. See, he's just maxing. He's like, hey, you just let me know if you want to buy anything, partner. Otherwise, you break it, it's yours. And mind the nitroglycerin, if you please. It's a little bit past due, if you catch my meaning. All right. So there's the actual vendor himself. He's just kind of hanging out. I can't find the weasel channel. Catch the weasel while it's sleeping, I think is what it's called. I can't find the weasel channel. Okay, so we are going to have a shovel. We are going to have a mattock. We're going to have rope. We are going to have torches. We are going to have a rifle. We are going to have like some bags of rice or grain. They look like little hot water bottles, which is totally fine with me. Then he's got some, these are small objects. I don't even know what those are. Then here's the top of the railing. Right? And don't change the channel now because there's still more. Okay, that's just what he's got on the side. Now he's got a barrel here. A little spigot there. And then he's got some boxes. He's got more boxes. That part's dark. Then he's got a box up here, stacked above the shovel. The shovel will go into negative space against that dark, like this. See that? That's how you see the shovel. Then he's got some other stuff. He got some sticks. He got some sticks there. Got some 2x4s back here. And he's got, oh lordy lord, what does he got? He got a ladder here. And he's got some little doodads here, some little blocky things here. Oh yeah, you want to see this guy, man. You see this guy coming, you better get out your wallet. Come on, guys. Oh, a broom? All right, he's got a broom. Got some little doodads there. Got some little things sticking out there. A tinker. I don't know what that means. Umbrella. I don't know if umbrella is that Wild Westy. I mean, I guess a parasol would be. But not for an hombre. I'm thinking hombre would be caught dead. Well, maybe that's the only way he'd be caught with an umbrella. A lucky turnip. Yeah, he can be smoking. That's fine. What does a gnome tinker have to do with this, Nate? This is the Wild West. I don't understand. Oh yeah, he's having a nice little stogie that he got in town. He's living it up. He must have made some sales. He sold a bunch of coffee. Sold a bunch of coffee to some crazy trackers out on the trail. Strange looking folks too. Sunken in eyes. Horns on the back of their heads. The smoking is bloody genius is what it is. Because I'm just going to center him up a little bit so I don't have to get, all into filling space. We need a couple little lines here to make this feel a little better. There's the side of that. There's the side of that. So you get just the sides of some of the structures. Here's the leaf springs. A Gatling gun. On it. Boy, he's really got some goods if he's got a Gatling gun. I mean, it doesn't get much more expensive or amazing than a Gatling gun in this world. That's about the top end of the tech. But since we have so much going on here, I have to control the detail level on the Gatling gun. So it's just kind of like that, see? I can't get all nerded out on drawing all the barrels and getting all... It's got to kind of fit in. Oh, I love it. Great idea. The smoking, though, really takes it to a higher level. And I think he's got a little flag that he's kind of... Jimmy's Goods. Oh man, this stuff is so funny. Okay, I think that's about it. I'm just kind of out of room, so I appreciate all the ideas, but I'm just kind of out of space in there. Crossing it off. Merchant wagon. Pow. Next we have, I'm going to cross this one off actually without doing it because it's in one of the other sets, which is a wrecked wagon. That's already in volume 2. We do have skeletons as a sort of an enemy. We got chickens. A bull going wild. One of the dead pinnacles. Yes, Hanging Tree is in another one of the volumes. I don't really think I have enough room for a cactus. There's a lot of lines going on here. Okay, maybe. It'd have to be like up here. No, the yoke and everything, Dana, I'm not going to bother. It's just too many lines. I just really want to focus on like the merchandise. So he's just got this sucker parked. He's stone cold posted up. Buffalo stands, know what I mean? All right. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break because it has been an hour and a half of straight drawing. So please stay with me. Let's see what we're looking at. Oh man, there's 112 of you guys? That's insanity. Okay. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to go do what nature demands be done. I'll be right back. Don't you give up. I'm not gonna give up. Let me love you. Do you ever add detail you know will show up in the PDF but not print? Not really. It'll come through in print. It's just a matter of, even the tiniest stuff. It's just a matter of what will, quote unquote, read. Whoo! So I will not make it tonight. I guarantee it. I will not make it to the end of the 100. I can feel it in my bones. I will not make it. I do get up extremely early. Oh, what up, Z? You're just in time for the next couple dozen things. Because we are just screaming through them here. All right, let's see what else we got here. Cliff dwellings. That sounds fun. So that's a little bit of a throwback to the map, but you know how appropriate. We got old Z in the spot. So we'll do some park shield. I don't acknowledge that word. I don't know what that word means. That word is nothing to me. All right, so here we go. Let's get a cliff going. There we go. I'm a cliff. There we go. Now, how do those things work? It's kind of like there's like a crazy overhang like this, right? And then inside the overhangs, there's like a couple of them like this, right? And then inside there, yeah, park, hey, be smart. Don't use words like that. You're smarter than that. All right. It's kind of like this, right? They have sort of like a blocky kind of a style going. And they're kind of recessed in there, right? Isn't that how it kind of works? These kind of cool, almost like Chaco Canyon style things. And then there's a few little ladders here and there. Love this stuff. These sort of Anasazi kind of architecture of Mesa Verde down at the Four Corners area. Brilliant, brilliant culture. Just amazing. All right, so here we go. So then this kind of recess sort of folds in the stone here. There we go. Oh yeah, just feel them. Just strap in and feel the cheese, as Max Power would say. Okay, so here we go. There's that. There's some shadowing coming in from these sort of overhangs. See that? Oh, that's fun. This is Brian Smith. This is Cave Dwellings. Aaron, hey, thanks, man. Have fun. I can't believe how quickly you draw it compared to me. Oh, come on. Everybody's different, man. He's no contest. It's one love, baby. Besides, Z, you got like a precise style, man. I don't have any precision. I'm just friggin' nutso pants. You got like that sort of control going where you can draw the same thing twice. That's very impressive. I can't. It's different every time. Okay, so here's my little stuff. I got some little stairs here. Maybe they got some little wicker baskets, some little thingies and stuff. Here's a little secret entrance. Okay, so there's the sort of main body of the cliff dwelling. Maybe there's some cool like markings that they've put on the rocks. All right, and then we just need to sort of cement in the rocks, and then we're going to do another sort of recess down here. Like, check this out. And this one's like sort of more claustrophobic and narrow. So if you guys have ever been down to Mesa Verde, some of the openings are real thin, and it's kind of weird how they pack a real small building in there like this. And then there's a teeny little door and a teeny little window. Stuff is just crazy amazing. Like, what a fascinating culture. There you go. And then here they have a more substantial building here. Little pueblos all over the place. Little bella casas. Oh yeah, look at these casas. Now, not to be confused, Spanish is not the language of the Anasazi or any other cliff-dwelling natives. Imagine they spoke, Hopi or... Hard to say. That was not my specialty. I was more into South American ancestral peoples than I was Native American, so I don't really know my facts as well as I should on exactly who the Anasazi were. Okay, so these guys also have some cool markings down here. They got little alien guys and cool little glyphs and stuff. There's like The next one we'll stay on the kind of Chaco Canyon type theme, which is not Mesa Verde and Chaco Canyon are two different things, but they both inspire me as far as this kind of style of culture. They are distinct cultures, but both very famous for their achievements. Obi-Wan, were you in the military? No, sir. I grew up in a Navy family, but I did not serve. I served by loving my pop. All right. So these are just some sort of striations in the rock. It's cool. Feels cool. Now, I need some solidity here. I've got a lot of flotation, so I'm just going to do some heavy shadowing to give some of these rocks some more solidity. And this just means, you know, some chunky black blurbles. And then if they just get too black, we'll come back and we'll kind of cut out little bits here and there. But without some more black, this just isn't solid enough. Yeah, see that? That just starts to become more solid right away. There we go. That's better. So you feel that kind of hole, you know, like there's a recess and the buildings are inside the recess, so they should be well shadowed. And then in cases the shadow kind of breaks the perspective line, like yeah. And then there's like some spots where the rocks kind of bend upward, so you do these curly lines. Kind of shows some striation on the rock. And then on my left side, I really didn't have anything decisive, so I'm just going to do some sort of naturalistic shapes. And then we're going to conclude with a nice corner piece. And that just kind of says, hey, it's like a portrait. Because a lot of times, especially with a landscape, you know, natural shapes don't terminate with a tidiness like objects do. And so you might need to, you know, add a little bit of a frame to things. Just because this is index card RPG, so you want it to feel like a finished card. And then here we have the distance. So here we have some happy little clouds here. Oh, these little clouds are just flying along through the sky, just having a nice little day, saying, hello, cliff dwellers. Oh, hello. Hello to you too. Could we have some of your wonderful rain? Yes, you may. Yes, you may. So these are some of the ground level entrances, and then you start to use the ladder complex. And again, this is just sort of adding black to give some solidity to things. Oh, the drawing tips vids have been great. Hey, that's awesome, man. Oh, good news, Mr. Nick. Good luck and happy drawing. How many are you planning on cranking out tonight? Brian, I'm going to do as many as you can. As many as I can, dude. I really am. I've got a big week of games all week. Tomorrow night's my only sort of night off, so to speak. And so I really wanted to get Volume 4 out to everybody because there's so many questions about it. And I was like, man, maybe I can just marathon this bad boy. Now, one of the exciting things, at least I hope it's exciting, about some of these marathons is, you guys, I don't know if I'm going to make it or not. I mean, I'm not setting a challenge that's a straw man. It's not like I'll act like I don't know if I'm going to finish this and then just nail it. No, that is not real. I doubt I will finish tonight. It would be more than I have ever done in one sitting to finish this tonight. So, but I can dream. Okay, so I mentioned cutting bits out of the really heavy black, so that's what I'm doing real quick. There we go. There are our cliff dwellings, guys. I'm crossing it off. Where is it? Where is it? Come on, you stinking cliff dwellings. Where are you? Good grief, this list is large. There it is. Chop. Did it. Done. Okay, now we did the church. Remember the old church? I showed all the cards from the beginning. But I also wanted to do evil church. And Park, I appreciate the ideas, but I'm really not looking for ideas. I already have a list that is bigger than anything I'm going to be able to do. So I'm really not looking to add to that. There's the church. So now I want to do an evil church, kind of like in Lord of Illusions. And so I'm going to do it on the vertical card, because we all know that vertical sort of shape impact is far more gothic than horizontal shape impact as far as architecture goes. Are you going to do one of those water pump windmill things? Water pump. Yeah, I already did one. Yeah, a weather vane. Yes, I showed that at the beginning of the stream. I'm also going to do a water wheel sawmill. And now I am going to do the evil church. So let's do, it's kind of going to be a similar school, a school type shape, because that's so common in the Wild West. But I'm going to kind of get a little crazy on it. So we need some of the key pieces, like how the gables come together and stuff. So let's do the gables real quick. And then the tower is going to be like all weird and wrong. So we're going to kind of do some of this stuff. And then it's going to happen again. And this is also part of how you get a Gothic sort of impact, I guess you could call it, is by repetition of some sort of odd shape combinations. So if you guys have ever been to Barcelona or Notre Dame, you've seen some great Gothic stuff. Okay, then we have the tower. Then we have, there's the top of the bell piece. I gotta get the lines right. There we go. And it has a traditional, it has to have a sort of traditional bell top, so it'll look Wild Westy. And then this is all dark in here. You're not going to see the bell because it's just too corny. It's just, remember, you don't always see everything. It's a lot of times it's what you don't see that gives you the heebie-jeebies. So then you go here and here. We're going to do this as the dark side, so we're going to start filling in. There, fill in because this is dark. And I don't really know how to do lighting. I will just pick a side and kind of play dark with it. There's also going to be this like sigil right here. That's kind of like a round thing on it. There's another round thing here because evil. You got these things because evil. Okay, and then here, and then this roof dark. It's kind of dark underneath as well. And then I'll cut out some shingling. This is going to be a gable and a beam there, and we'll do that in a minute. Okay, get rid of these. Those don't belong. Starting to see it. I think that the attachment piece is behind the sigil. Like that. It's more like a gong, sort of. So there it is. And those can't be dark because they're not on the dark side. So they need to be nice and bright like that. This side is dark. Oh, for once I have to actually be careful and move my mouse slowly. I don't know how. Help me. Father, can I have your watch when you are dead? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now this one does not have a cross on top, obviously, because, well, crosses for good guys in this world. Oh boy, I'm feeling it. Like when I'm chuckling, I feel the weariness of doing so many. Okay. So that line's a little off. There we go. Fix that up. Here's the main door. It's kind of a coffin shape. So the scale of this thing is also a little like weird for the Wild West, right? It's just kind of a little too big. And I think instead of these sort of edge caps like this, I'm going to do gargoyles. Maybe they're gargoyles carved out of wood. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm just going to do this sort of shapes. Just so that if a DM is using this card, he might say to himself, ooh, are those gargoyles? I want to bring those to bear. Just sort of an implication of gargoyles. I don't want to be drawing entire gargoyles. It's just silly. So kind of like the gargoyles that you'll find in the upper floors of Notre Dame that look out over Paris. They're kind of these implied gargoyles that have kind of melted over time. They're so old. So don't worry, I'm not coloring in the dark side. I'm just doing it for a moment to do like this type of highlighting. There we go. Cool, man. Cool, man. All right, so then we've got these Gothic windows with little sills. 3 Gothic windows. Yeah. Now that's a very traditionally Gothic shape. Okay, now here's there's a little bit of wood planking to give it some grounding in the west. It can't just be, silly pants. A little bit of wood to it. There's a door jamb around here. Then we need these kind of handrails that are on like everything in the west. They're like that. It's got a couple of verticals. Stairs coming down, and we'll cut these out in a second. Right. Yeah, so see how this thing like sits more on a hill. It sits above you. It hates you with its shape. That is the very essence of Gothic architecture. Don't you give up? No, 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 and I won't give up. No, no. You thought that Justin Bieber was over, didn't you? No, it's not. It has only begun. Dun, dun. Here we go. Here's the front of the entrance gable. And then, of course, just like on Bleecker Street, we've got our weird Doc Strange symbols. Not quite pentagons, but pretty stinking close. Or pentagrams, I mean. All right, then we get little lines here and stuff like that. Little Gothic things, a little bit of planking. Oh, planking. Remember that? Dang. That's back when Techno Viking was around. All right, so here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's cut out these stairs. I've been on this card too long. Here we go, there's some stairs. All right, now all I need to do is finish. So let's just do a hummock. It's on this nice little hummock here. And this sort of staircase is kind of like at my Uncle Butch's house. You got like this kind of homemade staircase going up a little hummock. Just like over to Uncle Butch's. Just like that, like that. Right? It's kind of improvised. It kind of goes up a little hill. This is where the faithful to the Dark Lord make their way to the darkness of the dark ceremonies of the dark rituals. Where it's very dark. Did I mention that it's dark? I may have neglected to mention the darkness. Don't you give up? I won't give up. Let me love you. Let me attend the dark rites in the darkness. Oh, don't you give up? No, no, no. And I won't give up. No, no, no. Let me love you. Oh, ah, oh, oh, ah, oh, ah, oh, oh, ah. That's what happens when you drink Red Bull and then drink whiskey. Oh, this pen's too big. Oh, Now, I don't know if the members of the Dark Church anoint their dead like good guys do. But either way, there's some markers around this thing. They're just simple little markers. No big deal. There we go. Just to add to the dear Lord kind of factor. What is that thing? The cry of each babe will be yours to cherish. So these windows are going black. And then I'm going to take my eraser inside these windows and I'm going to do little blasphemous shapes. So they have like stained glass that shows scenes of human depravity, suffering, and damnation. Great. Good job. Plenty evil. So now I just want to, there's like a crazy like storm cloud gathering around this thing. There's like dust being kicked up around it and stuff. Wow! This thing is crazy, huh? That's got some impact to it. Make you poop in your pantaloons. Now, one problem is that my dark side isn't consistent. Crows. It's like, should this be like this? The answer is definitely yes. That, my friends, is spotting. Noticing you forgot something, trying and knowing if it fulfills the need. I fulfill the need. This radio station was called Audio Slave, for the last American heroes for whom speed is an expression of freedom. The question is not if they're gonna stop, but who gonna stop them. All right, done. Evil Church, cross it off. Where are you, Evil Church? I think it says Church of Evil. So I probably won't ever find it. Evil Glyph. Oh, Church of Evil. There it is. Beep. All right, let's do something a little different. I wanted to do these 3 sort of tablets of frescoes. Park, that is the Hunter of the Dark type church for me. All right. Save. So these frescoes. Old Parson LeVay. Oh man, baked goods sound really good. How long has this been going on? 2 solid hours, my brethren. 2 solid hours, and I am melting. This is an insane session of insanity. All right. I'm going to try to at least make it till 9 o'clock. I don't know how I did that map session, that 8.5 hour. That was just psychotic. All right. Oh boy, what are we doing? No, I can't do the frescoes. Those are too hard. Let's do... I was going to do an Alamo. I was going to do weird standing rocks. Ooh, that's easy. Let's do a couple of those. Yeah, Michael, thanks, man. All right, let's do a couple of these guys. These are fun. Just bring down my challenge level a little bit here so I don't go completely off my rocker. So these are like weird sort of stacked and standing stones out in the desert. And I wanted to do a collection of 3 of them. Don't you give up. And I won't give up. Let me love you. I don't like that traffic cone right there. is like a series of sombreros or hamburgers. Here we go. Hey man, that rock looks like a series of hamburgers. I know. Would you say that you have a plethora of piñatas? Alright. I think I drew these hamburger bottoms to shade them in here. I just didn't know what I was doing, but I think they're meant to be dark hamburgers. Ladies and gentlemen, from Los Angeles, California, the dark hamburgers. I'm overcooked. Oh, I'm overcooked. Oh, I'm flame broiled. And I'm overcooked. Man, I hate that band. I'm overcooked. And just like all my streams, I totally hate my songs and I just keep singing them. Alright, so there we go. Some of these lines are like breaking my organic mood here. I'm not digging it, so I'm going to kill these little buggers. There we go. I'm overcooked. I'm overcooked. Hey, Rob Gwynn dropping a 10 spot in the bone hole. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, Mouth of Madness does have a great, great evil church in it. And it's got Sam Weir, so that's always a freaking hilarious good time on a weekend night at your house. Because every movie he's in has a certain Sam Weirness to it. There we go. So I'm just going to do one of these. I'm not going to put you guys through the repetition of doing 3 of these Standing Rock cards. Because everyone will abandon and hate me if I do that. I will not only be abandoned, I will be hated. Hated and detested. Detested and destroyed. Oh, wow, wow. Oh, wow. Hey, don't you give up, no, no, no. We are overcooked. So this I think makes an important card because I feel like this is a great landmark. You know, whoa, Dustin Tab. He's selling Dr. Furnail snake oil. Oh man, should we do that as a card? A bottle? Dr. Furnails. What madness is this? What's up, Wraith? Dude, you know exactly what kind of madness this is. This is the Runehammer kind, baby. Woo! Dan Schrontz. Boy, you guys are going to get me wrong. Thanks for tossing them ducats in, fellows and ladies. They are much, 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 mucho, mucho apreciado. I am a complete butcher of the Spanish language. And for all Spanish speakers, I deeply apologize, but I do really love it as a language, so I like to try. Look at this thing, man. It's huge. And it's done. The weird standing rocks. Now, for once, I'm not going to put the clouds in the background because I feel like I'm being repetitive. Get a nice shadow down here. There we go. This is almost like the Devil's Tower or something of our world. All right, standing rock number 1. I'm crossing it off, guys. Da da cha te ta ho ho hey hey. Ooh, one that I really wanted to do is a like an angel statue that is choked in like a thorny vine. I wanted to do this for a few reasons. One, I think it could be a very important adventure cue. Like, you know, finding it and maybe it has a riddle and maybe it comes from some sort of deeper part of the world. Maybe it came from hell. Maybe it came from Roman times or something. You know what I mean? Like, and it has a sort of a riddle that it asks, and I felt like it could be important for an adventure, so it belongs in the set. But there's a second reason, which is cooler. Hang on. Okay, whoa, the Linux fan. Now there's There's a username that people can learn from. Oh my God, the whiskey. So good. And thank you for the ducats, you guys. Really appreciate it. You know how it is. You throw a 5 spot in the skull and I take a sip. All right, so anyway, the sort of angel or Christ-like statue wrapped in this vine. So I hope you guys start to see the parallel as it comes together. I'm going to do left side dark this time. It's one of my favorite images from Hellboy. And not only the movie, which captured the moment really well in the rain on the Scottish island, but also in the book, the Hellboy origin story, where that opening frame is that giant Christ statue, all totally overgrown with thorny vines, like it's been in neglect for centuries. And it just sets such a great tone to Rasputin's ritual to conjure the Ugdru Jihad, which winds up being the portal which is left open too long that allows Hellboy to enter the world. He sort of slips through on accident. The key, which is his true identity. But we are not our beginnings. We are our choices. That is the moral of Hellboy. Okay, I'm going to actually kill these little geometric sort of highlights, and I'm going to favor a more sort of decorative motif. Like this, like there's sort of little, little sort of carvings and tiddly bits in here. And this is like a Christian kind of structure here, so we're going to have a few Christian pieces of imagery. I hope everybody's okay with that. I don't mean any disrespect by any means. I think it's an important part of Wild West storytelling. So hopefully I will not do it in a wanton way, but in a way that is poetic and respectful. All right. So this is the plinth upon which this statue is going to be. Mignola is amazing. Yes, he is Spacho. That is an understatement. All right. So I think it's not. I do think it's a Christ figure, not an angel. And he's kind of in the Rio de Janeiro type pose. Oops. Okay. Right, which where his arms outstretched, sort of in his the position of the crucifixion, but not quite. It's more like he is. His arms are outstretched as he expresses his infinite love for the world, kind of a thing. So here's this sort of. I know that these are kind of heavy subject matter, but I think that it really does fit some of what has to be included in the West. And this is definitely on the outer edges of what could be considered, Weird West. It's like, getting into some of these themes. So please bear with me. I hope everybody's okay with this stuff. I mean it in the best of intentions. Okay, so I'm not going to get so specific that it's sort of painfully specific. It's still like a sort of it's statuary. It isn't like actually him standing there, right? That to me would be a bit of a mockery of the spirituality that I'm, sort of, I wouldn't say exploiting, but citing might be the right word. Okay, so see, there's some sort of suggestiveness to it. It isn't just literally him. But I don't know about you guys, but I'm sensitive about these kinds of things. I think it really matters to be mindful of the beliefs of others. You don't have to share them, but I do think it's important to respect them. Not to use them or appropriate them or mock them. But it doesn't mean they're off limits either. If other people's beliefs were off limits, we would never grow. We would never Learn. Hey, thanks for the $5. Yeah, a plinth is, yeah, it's like a sort of a large block upon which a statue is displayed. Alright, so here we go, here we go, here we go. I think his face is in shadow. I actually think maybe most of this whole revealed part of him is in shadow because it again, it keeps that tone. You know, at the seriousness that it should be. You don't want to cartoonify this. I mean, you know, it's got to fit the style, but. So see, instead of feet, you know, the kind of the plinth just continues sort of up into his robes here. Even more so in this day and age. Hey, yeah, thank you, Solo Wargaming Show. That I really do think it matters. I think that, and not fake respect like what some people would criticize as so-called political correctness, and not social justice kind of stuff, which also has a negative connotation to it, almost a disingenuous connotation, right? But to actually respect, that's different and worth doing. Great. So you guys see what I mean? See, it's sort of, it's not cheesy. Well, I don't know. I don't know how good it is. It's me drawing, so who knows? But see, this didn't fit, so I got to bag this. That doesn't feel right, but that does. Okay, now I'm going to start getting into some of the plant matter. Now this is going to be a little bit of a tragedy because we're going to take this nice looking statue and we're going to grow it over and tangle it up. I think it's kind of nice looking. It's a pleasant form. You know, it is an expression of love. Kind of nice. How to do this. Oh yeah, Alex McKechnie. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Yeah, Mighty Venus. I think that that's not an easy thing to figure out or to know where that edge is. But there's a difference. You know, but I don't think it's easy. And it's definitely a topic of our time that I think really matters. So, otherwise, you know, wouldn't be talking about it. So these are the vines that have crawled all over poor Jesus here. Well, I guess Christ is probably the way to, the image anyway of Christ is these vines have tangled him all up. So you see that? There we go. So he's there to sort of serve as a backdrop to how much time has passed without anyone taking any care here. Oh yeah, boy, that is just kind of heavy. All right. So now I need to do all these little thorns. There's a little bit of a chest highlight here on him. There we go. So now the thorns. I can tell you, I got a real second wind here. I was dying for a second, but this subject matter is just so fun. Okay, just doing thorns now. So the idea being, you know, not only is this poor thing overgrown, but it's sort of like untouchable. It's going to be very difficult to clean up and gives you that creepy age of neglect sensation. Every thorn must be done by hand, one by one. Yeah, I gotta admit too that sometimes when you cruise from card to card, it's nice to take a little more time and kind of live in one a little more. Because like I said before, it isn't drawing for hours that's tiring, it's doing all the different things. Something about it just wears your brain down, like you just brain turns to mush. All right. I mean, my brain's already pretty mushy as it is. Hey man, you don't look so good. What's wrong? Oh, dude, my brain, it's so mushy right now. It's like cream of wheat over here. Help. And what you need is some meditation, B. Firm up them mushy brains. All right. Just trying to catch all the different shapes that are going to give me the tangle that I want. A lot of crossing lines gives you that sensation of a scary forest. Too many lines that are crossing where the forms start to play tricks. Maybe you see the head of the statue move, or the hand slightly move in the rainy moonlight. Oh yeah, Dana, that's a good one. Love that idea. This thing has to be moved. So it hasn't been moved in centuries, and like, whoa. Whoa. I'm gonna do these kind of dark. I don't know why, it just feels like it needs to be here. It's just those, and then they have the cross carved in them, but they're behind the vines like that. Yep. Boa, 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 boa. Wow, that's heavy, huh? Kind of bugging me out a little bit. I'm glad you guys were here to experience that little piece of drawing. Okay, now the final little bit is cracks. This statue is in disrepair, so he's got to have little cracks on him. Sometimes dots can also serve as little cracks, but generally you want to do like lightning shapes. And then go back with your eraser and do a few cracks that are drawn in negative, like that. And it just kind of looks like, you know, stone cracks that are catching light in their own way. And it just kind of will relieve some of the repetitive cracking that you're using with positive ink, like this. There we go. Cool! Rain with a Sharpie marker style could be extremely challenging. All right, cool. I'm going to call that one good, so let's take a look. Vine-choked Christ statue. Here it is. Check. Done. Oh, okay. Hank, you have a couple of tips for D&D? I'm stuck. Yeah, Jekyll, fire away, man. And I'm probably about done. I am just toast. So where do we wind up? 21 here and 20 here. So that's 41. Oh, man, almost to halfway. Almost to halfway. But that's just it. My eyes are melting. My brain is mush. It's bedtime almost. So before we go, though, we still got 10 minutes. So Jekyll, please, fire away, fire away. If you play Ghost Mountain, you want to be bulletproof, 'cause everyone has guns. Man, was that fun or what, guys? I don't know about you guys. I had a real blast. That's a lot of stuff. I notice I do sort of some... That thing is awesome. Video game pancake. Good night, my brother. Or my sister, whichever you may be. Pancake could be any gender, really. I would like to have female pancakes for my breakfast, please. I was bored the entire time. Needs more booty songs. Hey, man. Can't please all the people all the time. But if you try to please all the people part of the time, you'll only please some of the people half the time. Whoa, whoa. Oh, that one. That one's kind of a poster boy right there. Come on. Get out of here. Can we get some more DMJ videos in the future? I'm not sure what DMJ is, but yeah, my more conventional videos are coming. It's just I'm coming into some very, it's been a crazy month. Let me put it that way. So I am just finally trying to get back to normal so I can do my next big room design video called Fire and Ice. And it has been a real challenge. So I know that hunger is there. I'm working on it. I am working on it. What happened to Jekyll? Is he writing like a huge thing? Yeah, Fire and Ice. It's a high level dungeon design where this elemental rift is happening between the plane of fire and the plane of ice, and you're stuck between. It's craziness. I'm pooped. That's a lot of drawing, you guys. I don't know if you guys are feeling weird, but I feel beyond weird. I'm just waiting for Jekyll's question here. Jekyll. He's like, dude, I need tips, and then he disappeared. Click save. Yeah, okay. Control S. There you go. You saw that little asterisk, huh? It's freaking you out. Oh, man. Derek Bannis. Thanks, dude. The one thing I don't do well on my channel is be consistent and, deliver what I know you guys like. But I do try to just be honest with the projects I'm working on, and my projects change a lot because my interests change. So, and I just love to draw. So I'm trying to get a better habit of when I'm going to put in a real drawing session to just include everybody just for fun. It's hard. I got to say, drawing in front of an audience is not easy. It definitely puts your drawing to the tiz nest. Yo, put your drawing to the tiz nest. So we're about out of time, my brethren and my sisterin. Thanks for tuning in. TP songs. I'm in love with your TP. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Last night you were in my TP, and my TP smells like you. Hey Nate, thanks a lot, man. It's good to have you around, dude. Your vids are killer these days, by the way, man. Your photography is just donk. I don't even know how you do it. I do have new camera coming this month because the generous donations that happened in December. So we're gonna get some Mo Betta camera work going. But yeah, what's the ETA on Volume 4? Man, you are just cruel. Just cruel. Well, if I can do 1.5 more sessions like this, I'll be done. And then it's just a matter of arranging and publishing. So I think these will be really fun to have in the collection. And then also, once second edition is out, I'm going to do a mega bundle, which will be all 4 volumes, World's Book, Map Pack, and second edition core in one bundle, and that'll get a big discount going. So newcomers can get a real deal. But that's about it. So Jekyll, hey, if you're still around, send your questions right to me at my email or on Facebook, and we can work on your DM problems and challenges. And I am about to jump into a water slide of RPGs all the way to Sunday. So it's going to be great. I'm excited to play in everybody's games and just keep enjoying all the good times. Yep, hype train, choo-choo. That'll be a little while, but we're going to get there. So, yeah, Jekyll, just send me an email, send me a tweet, whatever. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Holy moly, I am brain melted. That was so fun and not easy. So I hope everybody had fun just hanging out. Good to have all you around. Have you tried this new cool new ICRPG already? Watch us play Friday. Show enough. All right, everybody. Let me see if I can figure out which button to hit. I'm gonna see y'all next time. Strength, honor, and beer, because beer is good and it's good for you too. Adios. Give me that exit music. Shabba-dee. Shabba-dee. We're gonna draw. For how many hours? Almost 3. We're gonna draw for almost a time.